Alright folks, we're going to try to get this F350 figured out here. This is a 97 model, 7.3 unit. Now this truck ain't been started in months and months and months. So let's see what happens here. Let me know if your truck does something similar to this right here. You can hear it's missing pretty bad and smokes like a tar cat. Now I'm just going to go out on a limb here and say I got some sort of injector problem. It's fairly warm out today. I won't say that it's short sleeves weather. It's November here in Alabama, but anyway, we're going to get this thing taken apart. Well, first we're going to get it turned around in the driveway. We're going to get it taken apart and see if we can figure out what's going on with it. All this carbon buildup, what it was from was that copper washer that seats right down here at the bottom. It was not sealing, and because of that, combustion gases were getting past that copper seal, and it took out that bottom O-ring. And when it did that, it just allowed fuel just to kind of dump down in the combustion chamber however it wanted to. So I'm not replacing these because I had a fuel and coolant issue, like where they crack here on the side. I mean, other than my vise tearing it up, there's no sign of perforating or anything like that. But once again, 300,000 miles, these things aren't too terribly expensive in the grand scheme of things. Since I'm gonna, you know, if I was taking this to a shop to have it done, then yeah, this would be a very expensive job. But anyway, you can see right around where that O-ring would seal at, and just all that stuff built up inside there. That one little sliver of brass right there is where that tool popped out the first time, where I didn't have it biting down in there good enough. But anyway, that's what took out that O-ring. Now, let me go see if I can show you the injectors real quick here. So, you can see right there on that injector specifically. Now, this is the cup we just took out. And you can see how that nice orange O-ring is supposed to be orange, it's black. But it actually looked like that, but all the carbon on the end of it came off and I took it out. But anyway, so this is what was causing the problem. Had it on two different injectors. It was just dumping fuel down in the cylinder, and that's why it was smoking so bad. Since I got them out, go ahead and just do a rebuild on them real quick, get all new O-rings inside and out and whatnot. And I'll show you that process here in a little while. But anyway, there's my smoking gun. That's why that truck was smoking so bad. So we're gonna get this fixed up. So this in here is not a comprehensive guide on how to rebuild a 7.3 injector. This should be for entertainment purposes only, because this is my first set of injectors I've ever rebuilt. So let's see how this goes. Hopefully we won't run into too many roadblocks along the way. Now, if you remember, I told you that what had happened here is that exhaust gases were escaping past the sealing ring and took out this O-ring right here that I've already cut off and disposed of. It's somewhere in this stack right here. So anyway, let's get to dissecting. See what happens. Full disclaimer: don't try this at home. If you do, use common sense. If you don't have any common sense, find someone that does. Now, the kit that I got from fine folks over at U.S. Postal Service, whatever the name of this company was here. Yeah, them folk there. Hold on. Bitterroot Diesel Performance. I knew I had their card sitting around here somewhere. Anyway, when you get their deluxe rebuild kit, it comes with all internal and external O-rings that you need. It comes with some springs, whatnot, and I'll show you all that as we go along through this. You'd also get the tools from them, which is what I did. Anyway, sticking this here, lock it in place. You always want to take before and after measurements, and I got a feeler gauge here with 2/1000ths and 4/1000ths already kind of set aside. So we'll take our 2/1000ths. You can see we sliding on nice and pretty. 4/1000ths. They're kind of trying to sneak in there, but not bad. She a no-go. So, no shimming needed, in theory. They provide you, if I haven't said this before, make sure when you do this, you're in the utmost cleanest of environments. You know, this should be a daggone clean room. I mean, like perform an open heart surgery kind of room right here. If not, you could just do it in your real nasty garage like I am. Try not to breathe on it. They provide you with the tool here. This little bit they made here from the factory, that's a unique fastener. That's all I can say. I can't tell you what it is. It's unique. As you can see, this thing here is going to be super duper tight. Boink. Yep, that's about all it took. So don't get carried away with any of this here. When you go back together with this stuff, this is not the lug nuts off your Paul's 83 Chevy pickup. I mean, these are all little bitty tiny bolts and whatnot. But your new kit's coming with a new bolt. So take that one, chuck it in your pile of parts not to be reused. And since this is the last injector, I don't need to use that anymore for anything. All right. Now, so they provide you with the Torx. If I remember correctly, these ain't just your normal Torx. I think these are your Torx Pluses or something like that. I can't get the darn thing out of there. Yeah, they provided both of these bits right here. And I'm too daggone blind to tell you what it is. Yeah, 20 IP, so I believe that does mean Torx Plus. Anyway, it's a Torx with the little flat stars, if that makes any sense, not the pointed doodads. And as you can tell, I'm not exactly hammering away on this or nothing. Now this mammoth jammer right here is under some spring pressure. Try not to let it fly off and smack you in the face. Although, I don't think it would. We ain't going very far is what I'm trying to say. So that's that. 4 more bolts. Drop them off over there. They gave you this little tool right here, and I didn't realize it until I was about 6 of them into it. But it happens to fit right there real good. And you can use it to pop that out with. Who doesn't like it? We'll set that aside. There's an O-ring inside there. We'll get to it in just a minute. Take this Dumaflaci off. Alright, for this next little bit here, let's take the injector, slide this out, bunch of oil's coming out with it. Just set that there. You got a new spring. That's one of the springs you'll be replacing. Chuck it to the side. You don't need it. Alright. lock it back in place. Take your super duper clean rag here, just wiping off the excess. There's a little Bitterroot diesel tool, 75 foot-pounds written right on it, so you don't have to sit here and guess. Now, if you have a state-of-the-art workbench, something kind of like mine right here, you need to just brace up against it. So you can break it loose. Your injector screaming like that is a normal part of the process. Don't worry about it. It's just telling you it's time to replace some stuff. Alright. There's your oil end of it. Now in order to pull out your little, I guess they call that the intensifier piston. I think that's the proper name for it. I want to call it the doohickey. I just grab your regular old Harbor Freight specials right there. Bam, it's out. Nothing fancy about that. You'll notice I'm not using any fancy tools with this if you hear and pay attention. Nothing too extraneous needed. For the rest of your fuel stuff, this is the whole fuel system portion of it right here. Just take it and dump it out. Bam, done. Set it aside. We got new nozzles, stock replacements. Why? Probably because these are wore out. I don't know. Needless to say, I don't feel like having to do this a second time. So, taking everything apart right now. Now you got all kinds of pins and this little spring here, and that's going to chuck it. You're done with it. Take these here little needles. You're going to have 6 needles in total. You got 2 of these little bitty short ones here, and 4 of the long ones. Now if you're looking at all this going, man, that is just way too much crap to keep up with. Hey, I feel you. Alright. Inside this little doohickey here, there's 1 check ball and then this little tiny washer doomaflachi thing. Take the check ball, toss it. Bam, you're done with that. Don't need it no more. They do not get you a replacement one of these springs. You're going to be reusing that spring. And here's your 2 other needles. Long needles are all the same size. You ain't got to worry about it. Inside here is your other check ball. Now, this little metal ring here, it just pops off. It doesn't matter what way it goes back on. As I was taking these apart, that's going on both ways. Another little check ball. Both of those check balls are the same size, so don't worry about which one was which. Anyway, you do get new check balls because I guess they wear out. I don't know. So bam, there you go. Injector is disassembled. Now we clean everything up. Go to your local auto parts store, pick up your most favorite flavor of brake clean. I do not recommend this kind, but it was on sale and I'm cheap, so I got it. This stuff will eat through these gloves in a heartbeat, and it never really seems to dry, and it leaves an oily residue on everything. But it's what I got, so it's what I'm going to use. So up next will be cleaning.